Hi, fifth graders. All right, so I am here again to read another chapter, chapter 15 of Tuck Everlasting. And I just wanted to remind you what happened in chapter 14. So remember in chapter 14, Winnie was left to sleep on the Tuck's couch, and she had a few visitors in the night. She had May Tuck and Mr. Tuck, who came in to check on her and really made her feel cared for, and that they really really loved her and cared about how she was doing. And then of course Jessie visited her also later on in the night and made the wild suggestion about her waiting and drinking the spring when she's 17, which is the same age as he is. So I am going to read chapter 15. In Tree Gap, the same moonlight silvered the roof of the Touch-Me-Not cottage, but inside the lamps were burning. "That's right," said the man in the yellow suit. "I know where she is." He sat back in his chair in the Foster's spotless parlor, crossing his long, thin legs, and the suspended foot began a rhythmic jiggling. He hung his hat on his knee and smiled, his eyes nearly closed. "I followed them, you see. She's with them now. As soon as I saw that they'd arrived at their destination, I turned around and came directly back. I thought you'd be staying up. You've been looking for her all day, of course. It must be quite a worry." He lifted a hand then, ignoring their exclamations, and began to smooth the thin hairs of his beard. "You know," he said thoughtfully, "I've come a long, long way looking for a woods exactly like the one you've got there next door. It would mean a great deal to me to own it. And how pleasant to have neighbors like yourselves. Now, understand, I wouldn't cut down many of the trees. I'm no barbarian, you can see that. No, just a few. You wouldn't find it different at all, really." He gestured with his long white fingers and smiled, his face crinkling pleasantly. "We'd be good friends, I think." "Why, the little girl and I, we're friends already." "It would be a great relief for you to see her safely home again, wouldn't it?" He clicked his tongue and frowned. "Dreadful thing, kidnapping. Isn't it fortunate that I was a witness? Why, without me, you might never have heard a word. The rough country people, the ones that took her, there's just no telling what illiterates like that might do." "Yes," he sighed, lifting his eyebrows and smiling again. "It looks as if I'm the only person in the whole world who knows where to find her." And then the man in the yellow suit sat forward. His long face took on a hard expression. "Now, I don't have to spell things out for people like yourselves. Some types one comes across can't seem to cut their way through any problem, and that does make things difficult. But you, I don't have to explain the situation to you. I've got what you want, and you've got what I want. Of course, you might find that child without me, but you might not find her in time. So, I want the woods, and you want the child. It's a trade. A simple, clear-cut trade." He looked around at the three shocked faces, and as if he were seeing nothing there but calm agreement, he smiled delightedly and rubbed his hands together. "Done and done," he said. "I knew right away. I said to myself, now, here is a group of intelligent, reasonable people. I'm seldom wrong as a judge of character, very seldom disappointed. So, all that remains is to write it up on paper, giving me the woods, and to sign it. Oh, it's best, don't you agree, to keep things legal and tidy? The rest is easy. Nothing to it. You go for your local constable, and then he and I will ride out and bring back the child and the criminals. No, oh no, Mr. Foster. I understand your concern, but you mustn't come along. We'll do this business my way. There now. Your terrible ordeal is as good as over, isn't it? I'm so thankful I was here to help you out. And that's chapter 15. So, you get to know the man in the yellow suit just a little bit more. Think about what he's doing. And what he's actually like. What do you think about the man in the yellow suit? Do you think he's a good man or a not so good man? And why? Think about what he's doing, what he has said, and what he has kind of demanded of the Fosters in this chapter. All right, have a good day.